Mr. Erasmus Chendela Mkondo, who is a member of the Patriotic Front media team in charge of information and publicity. And we were dissecting or digesting the presidential speech that was given in Parliament last Friday, that is during the State of the Nation address. Now, there are things that are happening within your party, as PF, and of course outside, the party PF. But let's begin with the recent pronouncement that was made by the Secretary General, David Simala, who did announce that the Central Committee is expected to meet this weekend, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
to deliberate on probably the holding of the convention that is to elect new leadership. The UPND equally did just hold its general, they call it what, general conference?
General conference, yes, sir.
The general conference where they did elect leaders. And I do remember vividly as PF, most of the officials were demanding that UPND should hold such an exercise, because that is what the Constitution actually prescribes, and they've done according to your wishes. Are you pleased? Are you happy now as a PF?
Look, the first thing that we must all appreciate, either UPND or Patriotic Front, or generally as Zambians, is that we should not entertain people who do not follow the provisions of our Republican Constitution. We have seen that our friends, they have not been moving with the provision of the Republican Constitution, which demands that every 5 years, each political party should hold such an event at which each political party leader should be appointed or be given the mandate to govern that particular political party. So, being a democracy, we were concerned, and we have been very much concerned, not only as a democratic party, but as a big brother who has won an election before, who have been in the opposition, and not only in the opposition for such a long time, but for 10 years. And we demonstrated that we are a growing party from one member of parliament in 2001. 2006, we had moved tremendous to a lot. And by 2011, we had moved almost to close to over 60. To where we are, we're almost catching up, almost 90. Plus those alliances that we have with the independent, we can even count, we are somewhere 109. So for us, we have been demanding these inter-party elections, especially, although the United Party for National Development was born somewhere, is it 1998? This is almost 23 years as an independent, is it as a political party. So, but as a big brother who has gone through the lifespan of being an opposition political party, and we are a ruling party, we have been demanding for our friends to have such an event, because one, it's a Republican Constitution, which is one of the requirements. And then two, we have been concerned that we are a democracy, and you would want all those people who claim to be democratic, they should exhibit the tenets of democracy, and that's what we had wanted. And it doesn't matter what form of democracy it is that they will exhibit or how they will vote, but it's important that they go through such a democratic ritual. So for us, we would want to congratulate our friends, but you would want also to tell them that it's not easy to carry out a democratization process the way it has been done. They have been laughing at us in 2014 when we were going through such a very competitive race where we are given the raising of hands by province, and we demonstrated an open, transparent process of electing a leader, and we came up with one Edgar Chagwa Lungu without any bloodshed. But I think prior to that, we had a lot of problems among ourselves. So basically, the UPND, there have been a party that has been talking too much, even when it comes to conducting elections, especially is it the ECZ? If it takes 2 days, more than 2 days, they would say, no, this was supposed to be done within 40, is it 24 hours? But there it is. They have failed to make their own benchmark. So it's imperative that in life, when you are criticizing, as you said, that they like criticizing almost everything. And this is the reason why we say that it takes a reasonable man to accept criticism. And at the same time, it takes a reasonable man to appreciate and accept the accomplishment of his opponent. So for us as a Patriotic Front, we have been criticizing our friends that it's important they went through the democratization process, and that is the requirement of the Republican Constitution. And what we have come to see, it's a lot of flaws, but that's not our problem. That's not our baby to carry. But what is important is that they have had their own.
Do you see yours being perfect, better than the flaws that you have spotted from your opponents?
Especially that we have seen their dress rehearsal. We'll make sure that this one continue happening. It becomes a kindergarten issue. So for us, we shall demonstrate as a big brother, and you see how our democratization process, inter-party process will happen. We'll demonstrate to them that we are a party that has grown. We are a party that has continued growing. And this is the reason why the SG came out and he has told everyone, because I remember very well, I've been talking about this consistent from 2008. I've been coming here. We talked about the same intra-party politics. It's from 2018, sorry. We have been building. To this very day. We are only remaining with 3 provinces, and that is only the provincial level. Meaning, like places like Lusaka, we have done all the districts in Lusaka. All the 70 districts, 70 districts. We have new group of leaders, but where we are only remaining is the provincial committee, where we have 24 members. And these 24 members, they are the ones who are waiting to be subjected to an inter-party election. So it is with Luapula, and then also Northern province. So basically, one Edgar Chagwalungu through the SG1 Davis Mwila, they have continued taking this political party of ours, the Mighty Patriotic Front, to higher heights, and we have continued demonstrating leadership. Because from 2018 to where we stand, not even one has come out to complain and to petition. The way our friends, the way it has been compromised, although I don't want to talk too much about theirs, there are pending petitions and what we are seeing. So basically, it's important in an election that where petition are shown, or the mushroom, we know that it's a democratic right of people to the right way of using the right channel of complaining. But for us to demonstrate and we show to the world that we are a party that has grown. We have been in opposition for 10 years. We have been in leadership for 10 years. And this is the reason why we are going to the people of Zambia to appeal to them that we are a democracy. And look where we stand as today. Our friends, as you rightly said, they don't appreciate whatever the president does. But this Republican president that we have is among the people who have been championing smart solutions. Is among the people who have been approaching smart approach to whatever we do. It's not only in the governance of this country, but also in the way we conduct our elections. So basically, for us, we are promising the people of Zambia, come, you watch how we are going to show the world that we're a democratic party.
Okay. All right. Now, you're also calling, actually, it is the SG who had a briefing and did indicate that you have already opened applications. You are calling for applicants, those who want to contest in Northwestern, Southern, as well as Western Province at parliamentary, as well as local government level. Those with intentions or probably aspirations. Is this some sort of panicking? Why this early? Why do you want to start the adoption process this early? We have 2 or so months before the general elections come.
Look, the advantage that the president, administratively by the secretariat, we are talking about time. Time management will benefit. And then 2, we have the overall picture of the nation, and we have been in governance now for the past 10 years. We have been in opposition for the past we did it 10 years. So together we have been in power for almost, as a political party for 20 years. So we have amassed a lot of experience, especially if you look at these three provinces. Here we have where the UPN is very strong. For us on our part, as an it's in fact an intra-party process that is happening. We are strengthening the structures, we are strengthening the candidate, we are taking advantage of. We don't have members of parliament in Northwestern. We don't have members of parliament in Western Province. We don't have.
Because it's an opposition.
It's an opposition stronghold. So you cannot deliberately curtail the freedom of those who want to come out and then to demonstrate. You put them at the same level. Because here in Lusaka, it's very competitive. You go to the Copper Belt, it's very competitive, yes. So when it comes to the Maso, you find that when the general populace, I'll give you an example of Munadi, where we have more than, more than 9 to 11 candidates that will be coming out. Now, if we concentrate, we say that we are going to have all this information at once, as the Secretary General talked about efficiency. So we are trying to be effective and at the same time to be economical, so that at the end of the day, we make sure that we listen to the people of Western Province, we listen to the voice of Western Province and Northwestern and Southern, so that we do not disadvantage them. So for us, it's a timely intra-party challenge, and at the same time an opportunity. Just like where we have these people, the Northern Bloc, starting here from Lusaka, the president opened up those who feel like contesting, let them come out. So it's the same tune. We are just having the same tune. This other side where we have sitting members of parliament, we have opened it up for those who are aspiring to market themselves within the party structures, to why they can be substitutes. And then for the other one, where we don't have sitting members of, it's direct. It's direct there. It's just the battle should be started. We don't have to even waste the time. These are intra-party politics, so that we know already, we have these people who are strategically in these positions. So basically for us, it's efficiency, it's economy, and at the same time, we are trying to re-strategize so that we are much more effective to listening what is the problem. And then also, when people are done on the 11th hour, we miss out on good candidates. We have a lot of people like coming on the 11th hour, and they would want to take advantage. But this time around, the SG has got them napping. We don't want those who come on the 11th hour. No, me, I want to go and start in Western Province, because I was a permanent secretary. Resign. Me, I was something like this, whatever. Resign. So that at the end of the day, people get to know you. You market yourself.
It's strategic.
It's very strategic, and it's a growth strategy.
Okay, interesting. So do you see yourself as PF penetrating in these opposition strongholds, the three that you are already now calling for applications, those that want to contest?
Look, today I was speaking to our MCC comrade Kazia, who is coming from Western Province. He said, just the beginning of 2016, we had only 3 councillors in Western Province. Today, just say we have more than 30 councillors in Western Province, just in these 5 years that we have been having by-elections. So elections, they are determined on what we call per ground. And per ground, you talk about the branches, although legally we start at what level, because that's where the constitution starts from. That is per ground. So on what level, we have been growing at astronomical levels. And when we use the word astronomical levels, this is what we mean. Because from 3, you jump to 30. So basically, this is the reason why the SG, in his own wisdom and in the wisdom of the president, they have gone further to say that you don't have one step like the way it is in Lusaka, Copper Belt, Northwestern, where we have these sitting members of parliament, and where we are already strong. Because politics talks about appreciating, as I said, the reasonable man who first appreciate the accomplishment of his opponent. And that is within the PF. If you cannot accept the scores that the Honorable Jean Kapata has done in Mandev, then you are not worthy the sort to take over from her. But we want the party democracy to first say, she has done this. me, this is what I would want to do. I'll add on what we have done. Because as a party, we remember that we all represent one political party, and that is the Patriotic Front. And in totality, we have only one president, and that is the president for all of us as the Patriotic Front, besides being the president for all Zambians. So he has huge responsibilities, and the Secretary General, he has huge responsibilities of also making sure that all these members of parliament, they are given enough time and vision so that we do not lose our vision as a party. Because our vision as enshrined in the constitution, in the manifesto, it has to be continue rolling so that our Zambian people do not lose out on development. Okay. So for us, this is the best way. We are coming from an history whereby we used to have problems when it comes to people holding these offices. But today, through our experience, I think we have a capable SG who has risen through the party structures from the Copper Belt. He understands the politics, or that has at play. Yes.
Our guest is Mr. Erasmus Chendela Mukondo, who is Patriotic Front PF media team member in charge of information and publicity. We are looking at the happenings in politics, the happenings in the PF. And in the run-up to the 2021 elections, that is the August elections, there's been this debate that I want to consider deliberately being misinterpreted by politicians. The international observers, the ECZ did give a position that international observers wishing to come to Zambia can utilize, if at all they have offices, and other probably lines of communications that are established here in Zambia. They can utilize those because of this COVID and the travel restrictions, instead of them coming here and there. So deliberately there's this conversation that ECZ has banned the international observers from coming. But I don't know about the Patriotic Front. What do you think about this position which the ECZ gave to say those with structures, or should I say offices in Zambia can utilize those facilities to monitor elections, and we are not actually barring? And this misrepresentation of the statement by the ECZ.
Well, first, I would love to talk to our people out there that the mandate to invite these interested stakeholders, the people whom we call as the monitors, it's the mandate of an independent wing of government, and that is the ECZ, which is very independent. And you have said the position which is very critical and very important. That statement, I see it very much fitting with the predicament we're in, and that is the COVID-19. Whether they like people like it or not, and they have given a very good option. The option is very simple. If people, they have resources, let's say, this is now appealing to us. We have always talked about, we have been a democracy from 1991. This is almost close to about 30 years. I think we should demonstrate maturity, that we are mature people. If you look at the United States of America, do we have people who go to the United States of America to go and monitor the elections? You will find no. They have put the gadgets, the surveillances, to make sure that they monitor their independence. Because, when you're talking about the elections, you are talking about the sovereignty of the country. When you're talking about independence, you are talking about the sovereignty of the country itself. You have the capacity to change leadership without anyone influencing you or giving you, is it a pack at the back to say, no, you have achieved this. So basically, I think it's timely. COVID is telling us to operate in a new normal. This is a new normal. This is a new dynamic that the independent organ of this government, the ECZ, has given. It's independent from the position of the Patriotic Front. And we are also interested stakeholders. And for us, we also have our own monitors that would want. First, the greatest monitor that we have, it's the people of Zambia, the 18 million. This is the reason why in 2011, Michael Chiluvyasata did not call for international monitors to come, but he said he appealed to all the party structures, to the party machinery, to sleep at these polling stations so that they monitor the process of the election itself. And that's what we did. And I think for us as the Patriotic Front, we have experience from opposition and we have experience as a ruling party. So for us, I think that is a timely, very brilliant suggestion that the ECZ has given. They have not said no, but I think we have to operate within the norms of the international community, and that is to follow the World Health Organization. If you come here before if an international person comes here to monitor elections, comes before 14 days, he will be subjected to the same COVID international standard, because they have no respect of, no, this is one is from UK, this one is from USA, or from Brazil, or from India. They will be subjected to the same international norm. So our position as the Patriotic Front, I know I cannot outright put that this is our position, but what is being preached and what we know, that we have to respect the international guidelines. And anyone who respects the international guidelines is free to participate and to come and monitor. And then secondly, we respect the position of the ECZ, because whether we like it or not, it's the ECZ who gives this accreditation to these international monitoring people to come. So basically, it's not here and there that it's something which is debatable. But for us, it's not something which is debatable, but we are looking at the predicament that we are in, the COVID-19, and the position that they are given, which is very optional. They have talked about, to us, especially that we are a political party, we would want the position of the ECZ to stand, so that those who have resources, they send resources to the Zambian people. We have Zambian people, Critas, we have GEA, we have all these institutions that have been participating into a democratization process. And besides that, democracy, that even this that we are in, it's not a one-day issue, the monitoring. You know, it started with the registration of cards to involve first the security wings of this country, and then the ECZ, they came in with the registration process, which we saw that after is it 30 days it was extended, and then now we are where we are now. It's where we are. We are trying to ascertain actually our information, whether the verification process now, that's what we are in. So that these are steps, and the people are monitoring, and people are criticizing, so that this is healthy for our democracy. So monitoring, it's not just one of coming on a single day. It also gives us an opportunity. Historically, what happened when Michael Sata, in 2008, when he was shouting and complaining, telling you about BBC, why do you come here? You sit in your hotels. You don't monitor. So it's giving us an opportunity also to grow as a people.
All right. We should now be taking calls on 0962870921, 0962870921, and 0953448551. And these are the numbers to call. My guest is Mr. Erasmus Chandela Mukondo, who is in charge of the Information and Publicity Desk under the Patriotic Front PF Media Team. And be brief as you come to make your contribution, and at least do not divert the discussion. Hello, we lost that one. Good evening. Bueno Wamwinga. Yes, yes.
Bwino mwebali Comrade Mwinga Chirunga. Thank you.
Hello, good evening to you. Good evening.
Good evening, comrade.
Yes,
Thank you, Babwell. Empire.
Mukupwilikisha.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through, Waria. Hello, good evening. Hello, please reduce the volume on your radio. Wino Mulishani? Yes, yes, Vashikulu Maiko.
Mweshali shukuru Michael. How do you feel when your voice yonga ya mfuike yona independence ila numkila? Mkwai. Mkwai.
And your time is ticking.
Mkwai. Atu alichetekela mamba. Natotela.
Okay. Tuatotela, your time is up. Tuatotela Bashikulu Michael. 0962870921 0953448551. Okay, you can go back. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, my boss. You're through. We don't go to my phone.
Yes, Wachilando Robert. The ballots are being printed abroad. Ballots are being printed abroad. Take government printers. But government printers. Yeah, but ECZ is already outsourcing. Is it in Dubai? Something
yes,
like
in
that.
Dubai, something like that.
They are not printing locally. Bachelando.
Okay.
All right. Hello, good evening. Wino Mulishani. Hello, Magumba Shani. We lost that one. Let's take one more call and our guest can respond. Hello, good evening. Good evening to you, Wachama Alan.
We don't go to Wachama, Wakumre, Davin, Wachalo. No, not to you for sure. Now until 2026. Oh. Mkwa hizi vika. Mkwa. takatashi. I'm going.